What's going on, devs? Welcome back to Web Dev channel. In today's episode, we are going to be building from scratch, step by step, a login and registration form using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Stick to the end of the video and you will increase your web dev skills by code along. In this awesome project, we are going to create its beautiful and clean UI using HTML and CSS. And for animation, we are going to use a little bit of JavaScript just to add and remove some classes, okay? So it's really a cool project. I think it's a nice addition to your portfolio. If you're new here and you want to increase your web dev skills, subscribe and click the little bell down below so you'll get notified every time I post a video like this one. Let's get started. Alright, dev, we start really from scratch. In the beginning we have this folder, and in here let's create our files, okay? First one, index.html for structure, and styles.css, and of course we have apple.js for JavaScript, okay, giving life to our project. And let's go in here, okay, in the HTML, and let's create a boilerplate, okay? We come down to the title, and in the title let's say something like the name of the project or something that looks like the project, okay? So sign in and sign up form, okay? That's what we're gonna do today. And down here, let's have a link that's gonna connect our HTML, our ugly HTML to our CSS, okay? Down here, close to the body, let's have our script point to our external JavaScript, okay? And we need also Font Awesome link, okay? Because we're gonna use icons from Font Awesome, okay? The link is going to be down below in the video description. Continue on our HTML. Let's have our main container. This one is going to wrap around everything. And in this container here, we're going to have the two main things here, okay? It's going to be our forms container. And below that one, we're going to have also our panels container, okay? It's going to have the left and the right container, right? So far so good, very simple. And in here let's have another container, sign in, sign up. Alright, let me type here, sign in and sign up. Alright, and inside this container we're gonna create a form, okay? Let's give a class of sign in form. Later on we're gonna create a sign up, okay? Also the inside is sign in, sign up. And inside this one let's have a h2. The title, the class is going to be title, so we can grab that later on using CSS. Let's have another container. Let's give it a class of input field. This is a very important one here. And inside this one, we're going to have a icon for Font Awesome, okay? FA user. And down below this one, we're going to have our input itself, okay? Input, the type here is going to be text and placeholder username, okay? Let's just duplicate this one and have one more. In the class here is going to be lock. You can have the icon of a little lock. The type is going to be a password, and the placeholder is going to be, of course, password. The user knows that he can put his password there. And now we put things side by side. That's the best way of learning, okay? We're going to learn by doing. We're going to be coding to the right, and you're going to see the results in real time on the left, okay? So let's continue. Let me give some more space here so you can see well what you're doing. And here let's have our button, okay? Input, and the class is going to be btn solid. Type is going to be submit, and let's give a value of login, okay? And below this we want to tell the user that he can log in with his social networks, okay? So you have this paragraph, class social text, say or sign in with social platforms, okay? So down below here, let's show the platforms that he can use to log in. Let's have a container, social media. And here let's have a echo tag, okay, a link pointing nowhere. Class is going to be social icons. And in here, let's have the icons from Font Awesome, okay? The first one here is Facebook F. Let's just duplicate it 3 more times. Let's change this one. It's gonna be Twitter. Go to the next Facebook. There is more than Facebook. Okay, let's have Google and also LinkedIn. We're in the realm of the CSS, where a big part of the magic happens. Let's start by copying these pop-ins from Google Fonts. Okay, let me paste it here. And let's also have a CSS reset. Okay, let's have our universal selector, and in here let's get rid of margin with margin 0, padding also 0, and box size in border box to everything. Select this up here. Let's apply our font to our body and also the input. Okay, so font family is going to be Poppins, and as a fallback, if anything goes wrong, let's have sans serif. Let's grab our main container. Okay, and let's also start by give it a position of absolute, because you're gonna have some stuff that's gonna be absolute inside of it. Let's give a width of 100%, and also a background color is gonna be white. Okay, a mean height is gonna be 100 VH. We divide this by 100 and use 100. Okay, simple like that. And overflow hidden, because we don't want those ugly scroll bars. Okay, moving to the next one. Let's go to our forms container. The position, of course, is gonna be absolute inside the container. Okay, width is gonna be 100%, height also 100% here, and from the top 0 and left 0. Okay, it's coming from the top left 0. All right. Okay, now we're gonna deal with the form. Okay, let's start by display as effects layout. Okay, they go from left to the right, side by side, but that's not what we want in here. So let's change that with factory action column, going from the top to the bottom, and let's try to put this content in the center, in the middle. We just find content center, and in the cross X align item center, put everything in the middle. Okay, is right where I want. So let's continue. Okay, first let's take care now of this title. Let's make a couple of changes here. Dot title, and font size, let's increase that to 2.2 rem. The color here, let's use this grayish color, the 444, and let's also apply some margin bottom, give some space in between them and also the form. Okay, so that's it. Let's go to the next one here. All right, now we're gonna grab our input field itself. Okay, our project start to take shape. Let's give it a max width of 380 pixels. All right, a width of 100% of its parent. Height is gonna take 55 pixels. Okay, let's apply a background color of this color here, FOFOFO. Margin, let's give it 10 pixels, top and bottom, and 0 left and right. And border rate is gonna be 55%, make it round on its corners. Let's also apply as layout, is gonna be grid. Okay, and grid template columns, let's make 15% and then 85%. All right, let's apply also some padding here, 0 top and bottom, and dot for rain left and right. And the position is going to be relative, because you have some stuff that's going to be absolute. Now we want to make changes on those icons. Okay, those two ones. So let's start out by text align center, and line height 50 pixels, put in the mirror. Okay, and the color here, let's pick a grayish color, AC. Okay, next step here, font size, let's say 1.1 rain. No, it's too small. 1.3, okay, looks good. 1.5 is too big. It's okay. So input field, input, the background is gonna be none, so let's get rid of any background here. Outline also none. When the user clicks on it, there is no outlines. And the border, let's also get rid of this one, border none. And as you can see, we start to have a nice shape. Line height here is gonna be 1, okay. Font weight 600. And the font size here is gonna be 1.1 range. Just let me see, 1.5 too big, 1.2. Okay, 1.2, okay. And color here, let's pick also a grayish color, okay, that fits the project. Let me type here, web development, and yeah, looks good. Now we want to change those username and password names here, okay, the placeholder shown. And let's make it different, okay, let's have a grayish color here. And the second thing here, let's change the font weight, okay, to 500. When he clicks here, he realizes it changes. Alright, continue make changes from the top to the bottom. We have here the button. This one is going to be the next one, so the width is going to be 150 pixels. And the height here is going to be, let's say, 49 pixels. Okay, not X, but pixels. Alright. Let's also get rid of any outline. Everybody hates outlines, okay. And the border is going to be none, also no border at all. Border weight is going to be 4080 pixels, make it a little round, alright. And now let's pick a background color, okay. Let's have a green color, this one, 20 dBc2, alright. Now we want to change the color of the text to white. It's easier to read. And text transforming, we want that to be uppercase, alright. Font weight is going to be 600. And now we are going to have a margin of 10 pixels top and bottom because they are very close to the text and to the form up there. Okay, so start to look better. So let's have a transition, all 0.5 seconds, okay? Why this transition? Because we have a hover effect down here. So let's have .btn hover, and here let's have a background color. It's going to change. Let's pick a different green color here. And as you can see, yeah, we hover over this one and you have a nice green color. Alright, the next one here is gonna be our social media text, okay? So social text, and let's grab this one, let's add some padding to it. So padding 0.7 rank top and bottom and 0 left and right, okay? Just to put the side of the button and also the icons. Now let's go to the next one. Let's come down here and grab the social media, okay. Let's display layout is gonna be flex, alright. Let's justify content center. And now we're gonna grab the social icons itself, okay. The height here is gonna be 46. The width, the same thing here. And let's apply some border to it, okay? 1 pixel solid, and let's pick this grayish color 333. Let's give a margin of 0 and 0.5 RAM. The display is going to be flex. Justify content center. Now let's align in the center with the line item center, okay? You see the magic happens. Text decoration none. And the color, let's pick the same grayish color, okay? Font size 1.3 RAM, and let's make it round with border radius 50%. Let's apply some transition of 0.5 seconds. And down below here we're gonna have this icon over those ones, okay? So they're gonna change the color to this nice green color here, and we're gonna change also the color of the borders. So border color, let's pick a green color. Let me show you here. Wow, nice effect here. It fits the project. There is more green stuff coming on, okay? Alright, I've been talking a lot about sign in and sign up, but until now we have just the sign in. So right now let's create the sign up, okay? It's quite simple. We just duplicate that big sign in and let's make a couple of changes, okay? Wherever you see sign in, we're gonna have sign up, okay? So let's make a couple of changes. One other thing that we need here is gonna be another field, okay? We have another one for the email. So let's change here the class and the icon. So we have an envelope here, and let me see here. Yeah, down below here I have to change also the input type is gonna be email, all right, and the placeholder is gonna be email, all right, also email. Let me see. Yeah, we have username, we have email. Let me go back here to style.css and let's comment out the form, okay? So you can see the way it is. And coming back here, looking for something to change, and looks like that's all right. Oh, I forgot this one, the social text, sign up with social platforms. And I believe that's it, okay? I believe we have all the changes necessary. Let me see. Okay, so let's fix that. And we have now our sign in and sign up. Next step, let's make they work nice together. Alright devs, now we're gonna grab the sign in and sign up and let's go and position it, okay? So sign in and sign up. Position here is going to be absolute, it's parent, okay. From the top here, 50% is all about position. Transform it, translate, let's move it minus 50% and 50%, all right. And from the left, let me type it here close to the top, okay. So for the left, 75%, okay. Display here is going to be grid, and let's have the grid template columns 1FR, okay. Alright, now we're gonna move to the form, okay, let me look for it, okay, it is. And in here, let's have a grid column is going to start at 1 and stop at 2. Let's do the same thing to the rows, okay? It starts at 1 and it's going to stop at the 2, okay, as you can see here. Okay, so now we're ready to move to the next one. Just show you how it is, okay? Alright, now we're gonna deal with the sign in, sign up form. We're gonna see just the sign in, okay, in here. So in order to do that, let's make a few changes in Z index, okay? Let's grab the first one, the sign in form, and let's apply a high Z index to this one. It's gonna be 2. The next one is gonna be 1, okay? So let me grab the next one, forms and sign up form. And this one is gonna have the Z index of just 1, and all pass we wanna set that to 0, so it's out of our view, okay? We can no longer see that. Okay, let's give it some more style. So let's go back to form and just give a padding 0 top and bottom and 5 left and right, okay? Alright guys, now we wanna create that background color that you see on the intro, okay? The green one. Let's start by grab the container and use the pseudo class before, okay? Container is always gonna be nothing here. And let's give it a size, okay? Let me type it here. First, the position is gonna be absolute in the container, alright? And the height is gonna be 2000 pixels. The width is gonna be just the same, 2000, okay? And from the top is gonna be minus 10%, alright? And right here is gonna be 4080, alright? And continue here, let's have a background image. It's going to be a linear gradient. Let's start with 45 degrees and let's pick two colors, okay? Two green colors. It's going to start by 20 dB and you also see two, okay? This one is going to be 0%. And then let's have our second one is 00BFA6, 100%, okay? Okay, as you can see, we have the color here, but it's very square. It's not like you saw in the intro, but you're gonna change that, don't worry about it, okay? Let's also add a transform translating in Y direction. Let's set that to 50%, okay? And now let's make it a little round, okay? Body radius 50%, and yeah, that's exactly like you saw in the beginning, okay? And next, let's continue. Alright devs, now we're gonna create the panels, okay? The ones you saw below this one, okay? So let's go back here to our HTML, and down here in the container panels, let's create both of them, okay? Let's start by the panel left. Let's create this div class panel left, okay? Let's create another one, class content, and in here let's have h3 saying new here, okay? Under this one, we want to also have a paragraph. Actually, this is gonna say nothing, just a lorem ipsum with 13 words, okay? And below this one, we're gonna have another button, okay? Button.btn transparent, okay? This is the class btn transparent. Let's have an ID, sign up button. You're gonna be using that soon in JavaScript, okay? And in here for the text, let's say sign up. All right, and that's just one more thing we need here is gonna be a picture, okay? So down here, let's have a image tag. The class is gonna be also image, and let's grab the register, okay? The log first and the register. Don't worry, those pictures, there is a link for the picture down below in the video description, okay? Now we duplicate the left panel to create the right one, okay? Let me just duplicate this one and let's make a couple of changes here. Right panel, and for the text, one of us, okay? Let's also change the button, sign in, also the ID, okay, for sign in. And of course, the picture is gonna be the next, okay? And here, let's have the register, okay? Again, they are down below in the video description. You can download them from my Facebook page. And that's it. We have the panels, and let's go back to the CSS and give them some style. We're going to start with our image, okay? And let's give it a width of 100% of its parent, all right? As you can see on the left, it starts to have a nice effect. Okay, now we're gonna grab the panels container, okay? And in here, let's have a position, it's gonna be absolute, all right? Let's give a width of 100% of its container, all right? The height is gonna be also 100%. And from the top is 0, and from the left also 0, okay? For display, let's use grid here, and let's make it become 2 columns, okay? So grid template column, repeat 2 1 fr, okay? So 2 columns with the same size, all right? All right, and now we're gonna grab the panels itself, okay? Let me type here dot panel, and for layout, let's choose display flex, okay? The direction here is gonna be column, and align items to the center, okay? All right, it's done. As you can see on the left, you start to have a nice shape. Let me grab now the left panel and the right one, okay? So let's a padding of 3 rem, 17%, 2 rem here, and 12%. let's apply something very similar to the right panel. Let me just duplicate this one. Okay, right. And here instead of left is going to be right. And here let's say 12%, and here let's say 17%. Okay. Okay, that's it. Now we go back to the panel, because in here we want to justify content to the center, okay, along the main X to the top to the bottom, just in the middle, and also align the content in the center. Okay, as you can see, it's done. So let's move on. And here let's grab our panel dot content, okay, and let's change each color to white. Okay, as you can see, it's much better to read. Okay, alright, continue with our project. We want to grab the panel H3. Okay, the font weight, we want that to be 600. As you can see on the left, has a better effect here. The line height is going to be 1, and we want also font size to be 1.5 rem, also just a little bit bigger. Okay, now we're going to grab the text under this one, this paragraph, dot panel P for paragraph, and font size, let's say 0.95 rem, and what we want also add some padding to the top and the bottom of 0.7 rem. Alright. Alright, it's still in the panel. Let's move now to the button. Okay, we want to make a couple of changes. This one is nice, but we can make it better. So .btn and transparent. And there is a transparent in the solid one. Margin here, let's apply that to be 0. The background here is going to be none. Alright. And the border, let's apply a border 2 pixels, solid, and pick a white color here, FFF. Alright. We also want the size to be 130 by, let me see, 41 pixels. Okay. And next we want the font size to be, font weight to be 600, and font size decrease a little bit to 0.8. Alright. And now we want to grab the content here on the right panel, and also the image. Alright. Let's grab both of them, and let's change them around. Okay, so translate in X direction 800 pixels. Okay, let me show you. Alright, and continue here. Let's go to the apply some index here. Okay, let's start with our panel. Let's add a Z index of 7. Okay, it's gonna be right on the top. Let's look for the container. The container is gonna be behind this one, so let's apply a Z index of 6. And let me look for sign in. Sign up here is gonna be right below that one, is gonna be Z index of 5. Okay. Alright devs, we are with our big friend JavaScript. Okay, and here is quite simple. Let's start by grab the button. Okay, let me show you this one, the sign up, and let's create a reference to it and store it into a variable. Okay, so let's create a variable sign up btn. Let's document query selector, and let's grab the button we want. Okay, in this case, sign up button. Okay, so we have a reference to both buttons. We need one more thing, we need our container. So let's create a reference to it, document query selector, and dot container. Okay, yeah, we have it here. Let me show you exactly what we are bringing into the DOM. Okay, so let me console.log sign in button, and let's come here, and as you can see, we have the class btn and id sign in button. Okay, this is the second one, sign up button, and let me show you also the container, and here is the container, so you know what you're dealing with. And the logic here is going to be quite simple. Let me sign up, let's add the event listen on click, and this is gonna fire this callback function, okay? And what this callback function is gonna do? This one is gonna take the container and it's gonna add a class, okay? The class here is gonna be sign up mode. It's a mode that you're gonna use on our page, okay? So this one is gonna add this one, and the sign in is gonna remove that, the same class, the sign up mode class. So it's very simple, it's very straightforward, and I hope you understood everything, okay? Okay devs, from now on we're gonna focus a lot on animation, okay? So let's come into our solder class before, and let's add transition of 1.8 seconds is in out, okay? Let's come down in our document here and let's work with our animation, okay? First things first, let's start with our background. So container sign up mode, and in here the before solder class, okay? Let's use transform and translate, and let's move that 100% and minus 50%, okay? And from the right it's gonna be 52%. Now allow me give that a try, and let's see what we have until now. This is our first part of a couple of animations. We click here and the background moves from left to the right. Nice effect. Let me show you again. Yeah, we have to make a couple of changes, but it's looking good. In order to make it looks better, you have to add a couple of transitions here and there, okay? The first one here in the panel content, 0.9 seconds, 0.6 seconds, and is in out. Let's apply the same thing here to the image. Let me look for the image. There is so many things here. Let me type it here and search for it. Okay, here it is. Let me paste it here and let's give it a try. Let's see what you have. Okay, it's much better now. And this image here, of course, is gonna have to move away. We're gonna do that next. Now, my friend devs, we're gonna deal with the panel, okay, with this image. We want that to go to the left, okay? So dot container or sign up mode, left panel, we're gonna grab the image. Let me copy this and paste because we're gonna grab also the content, okay? Both of them on the left side of the panel. So in here, let's make our image key. So transform and translate is gonna be minus 800 pixels. This is gonna make the image goes to the left, okay, until it's no longer visible. So let me show you again. I have to update this. Okay. As you can see here, I click and the background goes to the right and the image goes to the left. We have to make a few changes in the sun transition, but it's okay, it's working now. It seems like we have already our animation, but the transition is not okay. So let's come in here and make a few changes, okay, 1.1 second, 0.4, and let's try out, okay? And oh boy, that is out where we are looking for. And feel free, of course, to mess around with the numbers, and that's how we will learn, okay? Feel free to follow along, change the colors, the transition, wherever you want. That's how we web devers increase your skills. We have already this image from the left, but nothing showing up on the right. So let's fix that now. Let's grab the image and the content. So transform translate in X direction 0%, bring it to our screen. Let me show you. Click on sign up and the background goes to the right and the picture goes to the left, and you see the picture on sign in, okay? So you have both of the pictures, sign in and sign up. And the next step here, we're gonna grab now the left panel and point events none, okay? Remember we did that in our CSS, and let's change it here, okay? So, and in this one, the right panel points events all, and let's give it a try. Okay, Now you can click. Is everything working? Okay, devs, and now we want to have the background on one side and we want to bring the sign in, sign up to another side. Okay, so left is going to be 25%. Let me show you. I click on sign up and we see sign in. The sign up is here, the form. I click sign up and you go back to this one. There is also a little issue we have to solve here because sometimes we want to see sign in and sometimes sign up. Okay, so let me get rid of sign in. Okay, container sign in, sign up mode, and form. Let's grab the sign in form. Okay, so when we are in the sign up mode, we don't want to see is sign in, so let's change the opacity to 0. Let me click here, make it bigger, and here we are. Okay, sign in, yeah, you can see the sign in, but once we go to the sign up, of course you cannot see the sign in. It does make sense, we have to have a sign up. Okay, so let's do that now. Let me just copy and paste this one, it's very similar. And here let's have sign up, and let's change here the index to 2 and the opacity is going to be 1. Okay, so now let's see what you have here. Let me maximize, and if I click on sign up here, we're going to have the sign up form right here on the left. Okay, it's very functional. And if I click in sign in, we have the sign in form. Okay guys, this is all. I really hope you like it, and if you like, you know what to do. Subscribe and you always click that little bell so you don't miss our weekly videos. See you in the next video.